Good morning, YouTube. Welcome. Good morning. Thank you, Kathy, for answering that question on YouTube. Yes, to get E-Trade Live, you have to go through E-Trade to get that. Welcome. Good morning, TikTok as well. Thank you guys for hitting the follow button. Seen a few of you hit the follow button already this morning. And TikTok is rocking it as usual. Good morning, Pinky. Yeah, I didn't think it was that bad. I didn't think it was that bad yesterday, Jeremy, but apparently 35 other people did. So, oh well, that happens. And thank you on YouTube, you guys, for subscribing to the live stream. We are live in Corbin, Kentucky this morning. Corbin, Kentucky. And looks like probably our next stop tomorrow, or tonight, I should say. Our next stop tonight is just outside of Indianapolis. We're going to be staying at a KOA just outside of Indianapolis. So we'll be going live tomorrow morning from Indianapolis. Good morning, Sheila. All right, let's take a look at this other piece of news we got here from MREO. Just price target, nothing major there. Good morning, Karen. Over there on Discord. Glad to see Discord hot and heavy here this morning. Since before 4 a.m., they are on there. Good morning, Randy. Bonfire Rob, good morning to you. Everell, good morning. Good to see you with us. We are going live on our little mobile setup here that we have, and hopefully everything is working out perfectly. I've got my live stream. Mike, good morning. I've got it down on the website to, I've got about a 7-second delay. Can I bring you a Starbucks this evening? Ryan, how close are you to, I'm trying to think of the town that it's in outside of Indianapolis. Oh shoot, I know the name of it. It's slipping my mind right now. Brady's Island, good morning. Shoot, trying to think of the name of the town. Darn it, can't remember the name of it. It's one of them suburbs of Indianapolis. Getting a privacy error trying to get on the website. That is very odd, Terry. Sorry to hear that. I'm not sure what would cause that. Just like normal. All right, good deal. Much better. I did a little bit of changes on my settings on my OBS studio, my live stream studio. So hopefully that helps. Coming across crackly. Anybody else having problems with the audio on YouTube? Waiting on some press releases. We did have a couple of new people join us the last few days. So for those of you just joining us, remember, this is sort of a disclaimer. I am not a licensed financial advisor, and I am not a licensed broker, so I cannot give you brokerage advice. In other words, I can't tell you when to buy into a stock. I can't tell you when to sell it, how many shares to buy, should I hold, should I sell. That's the kind of advice you get from a licensed broker. But I can read off the news to you and tell you what's running and what's not running, where the news is, and I can give you my opinion on the stock, on the news that just came out on it, whether I think it's a good news, bad news, fluff news, or whatever. And hopefully that helps put you one foot in front of the other and get you into a stock, and hopefully give you a little bit of advantage over other traders that maybe didn't catch the news. Floyd, good morning. Well, I am, the sound on YouTube right now is coming directly through the phone. I'm not using any mic, any cords, nothing. So if it's crackly, I'm not real sure what would cause that. My apologies, though. Hopefully tomorrow will be better. STSS looks good this morning. Well, I haven't checked that one out. I'm still watching for news. And for those of you that have canceled your subscriptions here in the last couple of weeks, we hope to see you back again soon. If your cancellation was because of some error on the website or frustration with something on the website, please send me a quick email and let me know so that I can get that fixed so that other people don't have the same problem. Corvette Summer, how's the RVing? It's going well so far. So far, everything. Traffic was a nightmare. Was a couple of accidents on I-75 right through downtown Atlanta, and it backed traffic up like crazy. And it was a nightmare for an RV, because let me tell you something. When you're in a big, long RV, people do not let you change lanes as easily as you would think. Especially in Atlanta, for whatever reason, it's every man for himself in Atlanta. And when you're trying to change lanes so that you don't miss your exit, I put on my turn signal for about a mile before anybody would give me the space to change lanes. So it was scary. I thought I was going to miss my exit there for a minute, but finally some good Samaritan let me in. And I will keep that in mind the next time I'm in my car and an RV wants to change lanes. I'm going to give him the space, because I know what it feels like. Because you can't just whip in and whip out of places in traffic with those stupid things. You got to have a lot of lead time and a huge hole to pull into. It's different kind of driving, that's for sure. I didn't have any trouble this morning, Ken, with my E-Trade loading. E-Trade Pro loaded right up for me. Haywood, what's the highest dividend stock that is also the least volatile? I really don't have an answer to that. I don't trade primarily with dividend stocks. If I get into a dividend stock, it's simply by coincidence. We trade primarily on stocks that have news on them, news in the morning in pre-market. So if a stock has got a piece of news on it and it's good news and the stock price is going to go up, we jump into it. If it happens to be a dividend stock, then, that's great. But all of our trades are typically in and out within anywhere from 5 minutes to 35 minutes. We're kind of in and out of them pretty quick. So I don't do a lot of research as far as dividend stocks. I know there's a bunch of traders out there that do, social media influencer type people that's all they deal with is dividend stocks. We've got 5 seconds here. Let's see what we get for 7 o'clock. All right, Tilray. Let's see, LGVN conference price is up a little bit on that. Mike's, MICS, to acquire Semicab. Singing Machine to acquire Semicab. That's on MICS, Singing Machine. Take a look at it. Let's see. MICS so far looks like the best one. INM conference. Tilray. Nothing there. BITF shareholder. Conference. Boy, a lot of conferences. A lot of these companies going to conferences. Here's one that was given an award. We don't care about that. ATRA, another conference on the same exact Emerging Growth Conference on June 13th. Vast majority of these, there's another one. Vast majority of the press releases are about this Emerging Growth Conference. RNA, unprecedented data from a phase 1/2 trial demonstrated greater than 50% reduction in regulated genes and trends, functional improvement with muscular dystrophy. So positive data on a phase 1, phase 2 on RNA. Let's see what else we got. Got quite a few of them hosting a roundtable. That Emerging Growth Conference. Wow. ATHA hosting a conference call on some data on one of their trials. Emerging Growth Conference. That must be one heck of a growth conference. Wow. I bet I had 12 of those this morning announcing that they're going to an Emerging Growth Conference on, June 13th or something. June 13th. Wow. So we got a lot of press releases about the Emerging Growth Conference. Mike's looks like the only one that I told you to go look at that is pushing up on the news. We pushed up from $1.97 to $2.49 on the news. In the next 2 minutes after that, it went sideways around 226 for 2 minutes. And now it just popped up to 251. So hopefully some of you got into that. Kim, 227 to 245. Nice. Charles, good morning. be a split. What is it? Mike's. That's the one I was just talking about. T-Bird, good morning. So it looks like we just hit 258 on Mike's. And it looks like a few of you jumped in. I'm seeing some comments across the board here on some folks, some Wolfpack members that jumped into that. MICS, Dallas, MICS. Chris Little, good morning. I had to look close to see the name. Oil's up. Keith looks like Keith's having some trouble with his Power E trades. CYN popping up. Computer vision advancements with NVIDIA accelerated computing. CYN. They threw NVIDIA name. They did some name dropping on that one. And it probably helped the share price a little bit. CYN. Let's see, leadership, nothing on that one. So I'm reading these off as they pop up. And if we do see one that looks like it's moving on the news, we definitely bring it to your attention. CYN, the one I just mentioned, that's up a little bit. It's up about 19%. Just a cheap little 11-cent stock. It's pretty cheapy there. It's up to 12 now. Billy got CYN from 9 cents to 11 cents. Nice little scalp there. Like that a lot. And let's go back here and see what Mike's is doing. Oh, here's another one. PCSA, price target change. We don't care about price target changes. Good morning to everybody on YouTube. If I missed your good morning, I apologize. Kind of got my head buried in this thing right now. Mike's is pulling back now. Might be another little chance to grab a couple of those if it dips down far enough. Darn good, old Jeffy boy, yes. Old Jeffy boy is at it. Let me take a look here, set this up currently. Phone BMR. Sorry, I missed some of the comments here on the website. Mike's 224 to 230. Sean got Mike's from 221 to 249. He says, thanks, Jeff. And it looks like my TikTok BMR. Take a look at BMR. Let's see if BMR's got anything left in the tank from yesterday in after hours. Had a nice little pop in after hours, ran up a little bit. Back down this morning, probably getting shorted would be my guess. Probably hit a few people's mental stop losses. We'll see. We'll keep an eye on BMR and see what it does. Thanks, Jeff. Always forget to say thank you. Well, you're very welcome, Kim. Very welcome. Sean took advantage of it. All right, let's keep an eye on Mike's. Let's see if Mike's is going to bounce back here. Pretty good size float on Mike's. That part we don't like at all. We don't like that big float. CYN still pushing. The news itself is not that big a deal, but they did do some name dropping. They threw NVIDIA into the press release. So it is helping the share price quite a bit. It's up to 12.5 now. So from 9.5 cents to 12.5. Not too bad of a scalp on a little penny stock. But overall, as far as news this morning, it is going pretty slow. We don't have a lot of news. I've gotten, so far, I've gotten 31 press releases, and the vast majority of them were for that emerging healthcare conference. And Mike's has got 2.1 million float, 2.2 million float. Must be CYN then. I looked at one of them and it had a pretty sizable float. It must have been CYN. All right, APLD, price target change. That doesn't help us at all. Mike's continuing to come down. We started off at $1.97. Let's see if it gets back down in that area somewhere. CYN pulling back as well. None of the press releases this morning are performing. None of them are doing very well on press releases. Mike's and CYN are the only two that really moved as soon as the press release came out, and both of them have pulled back. CYN is still pushing, though. It's still trying. We got to get that over 12. Let's see. It needs to break 12.5. It needs to break 12.5 cents. It breaks 12.5 cents. I think we'll see a nice pop. T. Holly, good morning. I can't get the website to work. Huh. Well, we just popped very, very quickly. So 13.4. Silver Fox, good morning. CYN, yeah, it must have been CYN that I looked at that had such a large float on it. BLL 717, I am loving the RV. Not loving filling it up at the gas station, I can tell you that. I am not loving that. But I have stopped at Buc-ee's every time for gas. On 75, they're spaced out just perfectly where I can stop for gas at a Buc-ee's each time. So that's been great. but I am not enjoying filling it up. I can tell you that. I'm getting about 8 miles to the gallon in this hog, and it goes quick. It goes quick. Yeah, it has been a rather slow week overall. The week has been rather slow for news um, compared to normal. LQR press release, price target. Price targets don't do us any good. But I am ready to go this morning. I've got my coffee and my Monster. Yep. Terry, you're right. I'm going to have to find me a good runner this morning so I can pay for the gas for the next leg of my adventure. That is very true. I am in Kentucky right now. Corbin, Kentucky, I think it is. Corbin, Kentucky. Not too far from the Ohio border. Not too terribly far. Yes, I am making a lot of great memories doing this. The KOA here in Corbin, Kentucky it's a kind of small KOA. Bathrooms are great. The showers were great. The store, the office slash store, have to give that one a thumbs down. They made their store, if you want to call it that, it's their supply store, had about, it appeared to have about 15 things, and they weren't anything useful to anybody. So, but so the store itself, I got to give a thumbs down on that. But the rest of the facility is really nice. The sites are nice. I got a concrete pad in the office were amazing. They were very nice, very helpful. Um, Overall, 8 out of 1 out of 10, 1 to 10, I'd give it a probably a um, I'd probably give it about a 7. So not bad. I definitely would stay here again, as long as I didn't need any supplies. If I needed supplies while I was here, I'd be in trouble. Daniel, internet is bad. Well, I'm running off of my Starlink, so hopefully it's not too terrible bad. I'm running my website. I'm running 2 phones, one on TikTok, one on YouTube, all off of my Starlink connection. So I'm really pulling on that thing. I'm pulling on it pretty good, and I'm uploading on it pretty heavy. So it's to be expected. The only way to fix that is probably not do TikTok or not do YouTube or both, and that would improve things probably a little bit. Brad got a 25-second delay. I am running on, let's see, 940. Yeah, I do too. I do as well. Let me flick that around here. Let me hit the refresh button. Well, the refresh helped it out a little bit. All right, RPTX. I just got a warning message from TikTok. LASE launches SaberTech line of next generation laser cutting systems. LASE. There's no volume there, though. $21 now. Three, 39. Yeah, mine increased quite a bit as well, Brad. I've got it. I've got it at about 15 seconds. Swing LASR. GameStop running. Let's go back to volume. GameStop definitely pushing up here, trending upwards since 7 o'clock. Shane, good morning. Are you doing lives all week in the AM? Yes, I will be doing lives all week. Not real sure what happened to my lag time on the website. I suppose that's going to mean another rash of people canceling. Yeah, I've got about 18 second as well. It took me about, I want to say it was about 6 hours total, I think. I stopped at Buc-ee's along the way, killed some time. Kimba, good morning. Well, I just got a Ken. No, I have not got the Ethernet cable yet. I still need to order that. I'm trying to figure out how to order that on Amazon and have it delivered to a campground. Next stop is going to be just outside tonight. I'm going to be just outside of Indianapolis at a KOA there. I can't remember the name of the town. It's one of the suburbs of Indianapolis. It'll pop in my head eventually. But I'll get that Ethernet cable ordered and see if that helps things out. All right, let's go back to news. All right, Ryan. We'll see if we can get it ordered and have it delivered today. And then, yeah, that would work out beautifully. Mike's pushing back up again. For those of you that took Mike's, it's back up to 250. Well, I just got of Tracy. Yes, that's true. They have Amazon lockers. I might be able to get it delivered to an Amazon locker. I hadn't thought about that. Now I'll be coming up towards Indianapolis on from Cincinnati. So I'll be traveling up from Cincinnati up towards Indianapolis, and there's a KOA just outside of Indy there in Greenfield, maybe. Terry, is that right? I think it's in Greenfield. That sounds about right. That's where I'll be coming up through. I'm not sure. I've never had anything delivered to a remote location like that, like a campground. I've always had stuff delivered to the house, so I'm not sure how that works. Or if I pass a Best Buy or something like that. But I'm told from the research I've done, I need an Ethernet adapter, and Starlink. Apparently, there's a special adapter for that, just for Starlink. I don't know if that's true or not. Yeah, I think it's going to be in Greenfield, the KOA in Greenfield. I think that's the address of it. I'd have to look again. I haven't looked at it. We got people saying hi, Kimba, over here on YouTube. But anyway, I just got a warning message from TikTok just a few moments ago saying that my live has been restricted because I'm promoting products. I'm not real sure what product I promoted, but TikTok, I am so sorry. Kimba says, good morning. Someone's just trying to shut you down on TikTok. Yeah, that could be. That could be. Maybe I said Amazon too much. That's possible too. Or maybe it was the monster. Maybe it's could be that. Maybe they don't like monsters. Or I said Starlink too many times. Maybe, well, if they ban me, they ban me. I guess we'll just have to deal with that when it happens. Yeah, it's either the Starlink or Monster. KOA could be KOA. Maybe they don't like KOA. But I obviously got somebody that's watching. I got somebody's feathers ruffled this morning. They got their panties in a bunch and reported me, evidently. Daniel, I agree 100%, my friend. I think they should too. But we'll just keep it right there. And we'll see if we get banned or not. We'll keep that monster label right in the camera. All right. Wheeler, WHLR. I am curious as well. Looks like Mike's came back down again. Mike's can't seem to make up its mind. WHLR, Wheeler Pop. Yep. WHLR. Let me take a look at my volume scanner here. Oh, it's 7:30. PTN, phase 2 clinical study for the treatment. They initiated a phase 2 study. This is PTN. They are initiating a phase 2 study for the treatment of obesity. And we know that the stock market loves that kind of news. So keep an eye on PTN, and we'll see if that gets a little traction later this morning. It's not getting any right now, but we'll see if it gets any later on. So nothing really at 7:30 other than the PTN. And it's not getting any play, any action at all. So really at 7:30, we really got nothing. It's Apple Intelligence. Keep your eye on WHLR, Wheeler. Keep an eye on that one. Oh, let's see. What else? Wheeler still pushing up a little bit. Pulled back, had a nice little pop, and managed to get up to $3.60, but it's back down to $3.28. $3.30 now. $3.31. WHLR. That might be a little moneymaker for somebody. For the upside, have to go first, but it works. Wilson, thank you very much. All right, we're going to continue watching for news here. Thank you, Ryan. I do appreciate that. I really do appreciate that offer, man. I really, really do. One of these times when I'm just driving my car up north, I'll probably take you up on that. BNED, what do we got here? Barnes & Noble announces Jonathan Shar as new Chief Executive Officer. Yay for him. Slow week here, folks. Slow week. Yeah, I think it probably is. That's probably the reason. BNED is halted. ARAY announces approval of the Accuracy Precision Treatment Planning System by China's National Medical Products Administration. Zero volume. Let's see. Mike's dropping hard now. Don't think that one's done yet. I think Mike's has still got something left in it. So we're going to have to keep an eye on it. Oh, let's see. What else do we got here? Yeah, BNED seems to be halted. Not sure why they would halt that on that news. Usually just changing of a CEO for the company doesn't justify a halt on a stock. Not sure why it's halted. Did they do a reverse split? Did Barnes and Noble do a reverse split? Yes, reverse split. That's why. 1-for-100. There you go. I was going to say, I'm looking at the bid and the ask, and the bid and ask is at 9.5 cents. And now it's at 9.43. So, yeah, 1-for-100 reverse split. And they have a new float now of 387,000 shares. 387,000. So not even 500,000 public float. So it'll be interesting to see with that small of a float. It'll be interesting to see where this stock price goes when they release this. It's going to be a new one on our micro float list. ARAY announces same one we read before. 1-for-15 on Peggy. Yeah, I wasn't aware that they were doing a reverse split. I try to watch as many as I can, but there's so many stocks. You guys get ahead of me on some of these. BNED. I don't know. BNED was halted. The reason for the halt was an H11. Which is regulatory concern. Now, you can speculate on that. I'm a new follower. Awesome. I am doing wonderful today. Thank you very much. So it was halted for regulatory concern, whatever that is. So we don't know. We can all speculate, come up with some pretty wild ideas, but they would all be speculation. Yeah, not a lot going on. Volume is low in the market today. We don't have a lot of big, massive volume grabbers here. GDHG got 24 million, almost 25 million now. CYN at 15 million. CRKN, all the big volume runners this morning are on cheap little penny stocks, 9 cents, 11 cents. And that's why the volume is so high, because on those cheap little penny stocks, people can buy so many of them at that price. So the volume naturally is going to be pretty high on that. Dollar for dollar, it's really not that much. A tremendous amount of volume. GameStop is still pushing. BMR going sideways. Yeah, there's just not a whole lot running right now. It's pretty slow out there. Yeah, I like those cheap penny stocks too. I've made a lot of money over the years. Good morning. Good morning. From Corbin, Kentucky. We are in Corbin, Kentucky. Anybody know where Corbin, Kentucky is? Right on 75. Chuck, did I miss the tour? No, you did not miss the tour yet. Now, don't get your expectations up. Don't get your expectations up. We're not talking about a big, massive Class A coach. This is pretty small time. Went to Prairie College, beautiful area. Yeah, the mountains and everything, the beautiful landscape. This area is just really beautiful. There's it's amazing. We live in a great country. This get out and drive, and it's just beautiful. When you're up in the mountains, driving through the mountains in Tennessee, you forget about all the craziness that's going on in the world. You forget about all the nut jobs everywhere. You really realize just how fortunate we are. It's really love it. Thank you for hitting the subscribe button on YouTube. Very much appreciated. And thank you for hitting the follow button on TikTok. We're actually growing. I was pretty excited when we passed 10,000. Yeah, I might have to put my little hat behind me here in order to get those runners back. I think that's what it might be. Do you RVing forever or just on vacation? Well, it's not really vacation. I'm retired, so every day is vacation for me. Um, but I normally am located in Florida. That's where my home is at, is in Florida. But I'm driving north now up into northern Indiana. My mom, about a week and a half ago, fell down coming out of church, stepped off the curb into the parking lot and misstepped, and she broke her ankle. And they had to do surgery, put a couple plates in her ankle. And she's at home now recovering. They've got her in a cast. She's doing okay. And but I wanted to come up and visit with her and make fun of her and give her a hard time. She always enjoys that. So I'm going to drive up to northern Indiana and visit her for a couple of days, and then I'm heading straight back down to Florida. It's Fed Day. Nothing is moving. Okay, what does it mean if there's zero volume on the stock? Does it mean we aren't able to buy it? Sometimes there's two reasons. If there's zero volume on it, it's one of two things. It either means that it's an OTC stock, and they don't start trading until 9:30, so there will be zero volume on that till about 9:30. Or it's just a stock that nobody's interested in. But you can still buy it, even if there's zero volume. You can go in and buy something. But I wouldn't. If there's zero volume on something right now, I wouldn't touch it. And today's Fed Day. AIXI. Take a look. AIXI. Little pop here on some news. Partnership with a leading AI company in the Middle East. On the surface, I'd say that's fluff news, but we get some wacky, crazy runners on some really dumb news sometimes. So keep an eye on it. AIXI. Just in case it starts running. They sign a strategic partnership with a leading AI company in the Middle East. So, again, on the surface, it seems like pretty fluffy news, but it could run. It's just since I've mentioned it and looking at it, it's gone from 93 cents to 95 cents. The bid's at 92 though, so it might drop back to 92 pretty quick. RNA popping. RNA's popping up pretty decently. That's a little bit pricey. You know, it's up around $33 a share. So if that's something that's in your wheelhouse, something, you know, you don't mind dropping that much on a stock, take a look at it. Now, this is one that we talked about almost an hour ago. If you remember, I mentioned this one about an hour ago when the press release first came out. Is one they did an unprecedented data from a phase 1 demonstrating greater than a 50% reduction in regulated genes, improvement in people living with muscular dystrophy. And it's popped pretty nicely since that news. It went sideways when the news first came out. It went sideways for quite a long time with no volume. And now all of a sudden, it's decided to take off running. So maybe take a look at that one if you don't mind those types of stocks. Oh, I got to verify my account on TikTok here. Give me just a second. Boy, they are keeping a close tab on me this morning. Yeah, volume means how many shares have been bought. So if you look at the volume and it says 1,000, that means 1,000 shares have been bought and sold back and forth. Could be 50 and 100, 200, 300, back and forth for a total of 1,000. Let's go back to I got a question here on the live stream. I'm wondering if the message thread is delayed as much as the video is right now. And I'd like to test that out. $38, $39, $40. I've still got about a Yes, Amy, I need to sign her cast. I need to sign the cast. Got to think of something clever to write on her cast, though. I want to check this out. I'm going to type hello. I'm going to type hello with the exact time and hit the button and see. As soon as you see my message pop up on there, look at the clock, the actual, not the clock on the website, but your clock, so you know exactly what time it is, and see just how far off this thing appears to be. Based on what I saw, it looked like it was almost immediate. So I don't think the message thread has any delay on it at all, which I find very odd. All right, let's go back to news. ZURA. Nothing. So maybe I'll try to I'll try to type in. If I get a piece of really good news, I'll type it into the message thread, and you should get it almost immediately. Another press release here on Barnes & Noble, just talking about the new CEO. Well, if I get a ticker that's got really good news on it, or I think is pretty good news, I'll type it in and hit the send button immediately. So you should get them pretty fast. Where are you by now? I am in Kentucky this morning. Corbin, Kentucky. Sign it from the wolf pack. That would be a good idea. My mom still doesn't understand the whole wolf pack thing. She doesn't get it. She just doesn't get it. So very, very slow here. We'll see what we get at 8 o'clock. We've got about 2 minutes here, and we'll get our 8 o'clock press releases. We will call those off, and if we've got nothing at 8 o'clock, then I'll do a little tour here in the RV so you guys can see my little home away from home. Unless you don't get messaging. Well, I will do my best. Pennies for dollars. I'll call them out verbally like I always do, and I'll try to type them into the website and type them in Discord. But Sandy usually beats me to Discord. She's usually typing them in about the time I'm calling them out. So it should be relatively quick. And of course, if you're watching on TikTok or YouTube, you're going to get them immediately. So as long as you're watching on TikTok, you're going to get them pretty fast. Ryan took RNA from 3112 to 3398. That was a Momo special. We like that. It's a good stock screener. Momo scanner. Gas or diesel? It is gas. It's a Ford chassis, 450 turbo, and it eats gas like nobody's business. All right, here we go. QNRX research agreement. A VRA EQ electric go-karts. Not seeing anything yet. Carvana, same day delivery in Newark area. Reading them off. SLRX is doing a 1-for-8 stock split. Clicking through these as quickly as I can. PDSB provides an update on a phase 2. Go to momoscreener.com if you want a nice stock screener for call outs, for getting press release notices. A lot of our group, a lot of our community use Momo Scanner. Momo, M-O-M-O. momoscreener.com. Go check that out. Class action lawsuit, class action lawsuit. Coda. A lot of press releases there, and really nothing. As depressing as that is, we really got nothing out of any of those. Mike's, let's see what else. RNA still pushing up. We mentioned that one. RNA, it's up to $36 with their financials. GameStop, LGBN, CYN. Looking at some of these press releases that have come out. GDHG pushing up. Crown Electric, CRKN, also pushing up. WLGS pushing up. Let's see. Getting a lot of that 8 o'clock fluctuation, those candles. Shane, good morning. Thank you. Yeah, go to, getting a few people asking about it. Go to momoscreener.com, M-O-M-O screener.com. It's free. It's absolutely free. Definitely worth checking out. Get a lot of great stock picks on there. You can set it up the way you want to set it up, and you get alerts. You get a lot of alerts on press releases when they come out, and they're very quick. As far as I can tell, they're very, very quick on the press releases. And make sure you turn on the sound button. Make sure you turn on, if you put that on your phone, make sure you turn on the sound button so you get your alerts. What app? It's momoscreener.com. MOMO. momoscreener.com. It's a free app. I'm being reminded that it's not an app. My mistake. I call it an app. It's a website. Everything's an app in my brain. It's a website. But right now, there really is nothing moving. There's nothing going on. Very slow morning here. It's Fed day, as many of you know. So the market's pretty sluggish right now. We'll hope for something to pop at 9:30. Maybe we'll get some news at 9 o'clock. Maybe 8:30 we might get a little bit. We can only hope. Yeah, PR mate, I had a couple of people mention that this morning, that voice was crackling a little bit. I'm talking directly to the phone. I'm not using a mic or anything for YouTube right now. So I'm not sure why it would be crackling. But anyway. Yeah, it's Matthew. I think it's Fed day, and everything is just very, very slow right now. There's nothing in pre-market. We normally have a lot of penny stocks that are running and going crazy, but I mean we've got a few here and there, but nothing that's really being all that impressive. GDHG trying to push up. WLGS still up 39%. BMR is up 23%. But really, beyond that, there's just not a whole lot moving. It's relatively slow here. You turn on the display setting, highlight, update. All right. Let's see what else we got. Archer, ACHR announces on June 8th its Midnight aircraft successfully completed transition flying. PDSB up updates on its ongoing phase 2 clinical trial for head and neck cancer. PDSB, we've already read that one off. It's not getting any action. Nothing. A lot of big nothings. A lot of big nothings. Darn good. That might be true, darn good. All right. How about, since it's slow right now, for everybody on TikTok, I know you guys are about the only ones that asked about it. We'll do a quick little tour here. If I don't kill my phone, we'll do a quick little tour. Let me flip this camera around. All right, we'll give you a quick little, give you the inside scoop here. So let me scoot out of here. This is my little trading station that I got set up for the mornings. And of course, this is the sleeper up there. I got a lot of my storage up there. So over here, we got our little sink area, kitchen. Nice deep sink in there. I like that. Of course, I got my coffee pot. Got to have my coffee pot. That is the fuel of life right there. Then I got my little convection stove top there with my gas burners. A little microwave up here. This is actually a microwave and a convection oven at the same time. So it's pretty cool. I can actually cook just like an oven in there. And then I got my little couch to take a nap on. And my fridge. Nice size fridge too, by the way. Don't laugh at what I got in my fridge. Nothing. My freezer. But don't need anything in there just yet. And then I've got a lot of closet space here. Quite a bit of closet space, actually. Pretty big closet area. And coming back into the bedroom back here, I got my TV set up. Nice big wardrobe closet with a lot of storage space in there. And then I got my queen size bed. This is where all the magic happens. And lots of cabinet space up there as well. Plug-ins, all kinds of plug-ins and kinds of good stuff. So it's a pretty nice size. Looking at it from the front, from the back here. Of course, up in the front there is the cab for all the good driving that I do. But lots of seating area back here. I've got my television up here on the wall. Might hook my computer up to that at some point so I get a bigger screen. But that's about it. It's nothing fancy, but it works. It serves its purpose. So thank you for going on that little tour with me. My little tour of sorry if I missed you guys over there on YouTube, but we had to do our little tour. Let me set this phone back up again. let's set it back up. It takes a little bit of effort. Well, now I got my, you guys got me all messed up now. All right. Well, thank you for sharing that with me. I appreciate that. Thank you for sharing that little adventure. All right, back to business. Back to business. And no, there was no nobody hidden in the closets. But thank you guys for sharing that with me. I do appreciate you. And like I said, it's nothing huge or fancy or anything, but it's fun. It's paid for, and it's mine. So I enjoy it. I have a lot of fun with it so far. So far, hang on just a minute, guys. Let me get back over here to the website. Let me refresh this thing. Robert, you couldn't hear me because I stepped away from the microphone. Sean got WHLR from 304 to 344. Denise, you're very welcome. Jeremy got RNA from 3550 to 3711. Nice. All right. So we still don't have any news since I took that little tour. There hasn't been anything that popped up. Tom. Tom said all the single moms just went nuts. You guys are funny. I'm about as boring of a person as you'll ever find, I think. Well, I won't, maybe boring is not the right word, but laid back and relaxed. Laid back and relaxed. Nothing stresses me out too much, I can tell you that. Jeremy. Oh, nice tour. Well, I'm glad you enjoyed it. I'm very I used to be very high strung and stressed when I was working. Like really because of my job. My job required to be on edge all the time and on the ball and whatever. But AGBA, AGBA, $4 billion merger. The group files its preliminary proxy statement. Take a look. AGBA. Did you work in the Army? I was in the Army. I was a military police. I was the dreaded popo when I was in the military. I was in the Army. Screen resolution is not clear. Well, VR Bradley again on there. Your dad was an MP. Awesome. In Korea. Nice. Billy got AGBA from 352 to 375. No, I did not get into police work when I got out of the service. AGBA from 359 to 366. Nice. It's up to 389, 392. How many of you went and looked at AGBA? Elmo. Yes, I am a grandpa. I definitely am a grandpa and proud to be a grandpa to some amazing grandbabies. Let's see if AGBA can get up over 4. That would be very, very nice. I look like a cop. Well, Ryan got it from 352 to 382. Says, thanks, Jeff. You're very welcome, Ryan. Ryan, hit me up on Messenger if you would, and I want to send you what I need from Amazon for that Ethernet adapter. But I don't know if I can even get it on what I need on Amazon. It's on the Starlink website in their store, and that I may have to buy it from that. So it may not be something that comes like in one day like it would on Amazon. I'm not sure. I have to look on Amazon. But I know it's on the Starlink website. They have a store there, and it's a Ethernet adapter. They might sell that same item on Amazon. It's possible. I keep poking and sleeping. I see you, darn good. I see you. Yes, I was an MP for a few years in the military. Corvette Summer says it is on Amazon. Bivy, live investor webinar. That doesn't help us at all. Cav Scout. Well, I want to hook my Starlink up to my desktop or my laptop with an Ethernet cable. But I got to have an Ethernet adapter. They sell them on Starlink website, but I just didn't know if the exact same item that would be functional with Starlink would be sold on Amazon as well. Probably is. AGBA is back down now to 364. Yeah, make sure you have your settings set up for pre-market on your order ticket. There's probably a drop-down menu that you have to select pre-market in order for it to go through. It may say extended hours, and that's what that means, is pre-market and after hours. Some platforms say pre-market, some of them say extended hours, but it's the same thing. Back down to 369. Yeah, I believe I do have an Ethernet. I do have an Ethernet on my laptop. I have a relatively new laptop. It's an Alienware. AGBA at 368. It's floating right at 368. Let's see if it can hold up. Darn good. Drive through Atlanta was a mess. The drive through on Atlanta was a nightmare. it was bad. Mike, did you buy NVIDIA? Yes, I got some at 120. So it's not doing much. But like I mentioned last week, this is a long-term hold. We'll see how it does. Got to give this thing some time. The Rook Hauler. Huh. I'll have to check that out, Amy. Thank you. You stop in to see Mike. No, I haven't, Shelly. All right. Press releases. WKHS. Workhorse Partners as Workhorse sharpens commercial focus. Nothing there. PGY to offer more installment financing. Reduced price, public offering. Let's see here. What do we got? ADEA. Nothing there. ICCM. Well, it didn't look like we got anything at 8:30 either. Conference. Nothing. STRR announces a reverse stock split. 1-for-5 reverse stock split on STRR. All right. So we got nothing at 8:30. SPY is ripping up nicely. CPI numbers came out and CPI was unchanged. CLSK popping up has Trump and Bitcoin news. I don't have the press release, but CLSK. Check that one out. CLSK. Good morning. ICCM. ICCM popping up on their press release. Positive data from IceCure's kidney cancer clinic study. So we got a little bit of a pop. ICCM. So SPY is ripping up real nice. CPI numbers unchanged. So we're getting some major climbs here. So this could be good news. We might see a really green market today. Let's keep our fingers crossed. It might be a really, really green day today. You need a moderator approved with you, sir. Well, I've already got several moderators in here, but I do appreciate the offer. And if we lose any, by all means, check back in. But I've already got 4 moderators on YouTube. So apparently, Trump wants has announced that he wants all Bitcoin mining in the future to be done in the U.S. And so far, that's really not helping things, is it? Let's see. CLSK. It did pop from 1602. Looks like it managed to get up to 1660. It's at 1648. We'll see what it does. Philippines, good morning or good afternoon or good evening. I'm not sure which it is there where you're at. It's in the morning here. It is 8:36 a.m. 10K likes. Very nice. I see 6. Irene ran yesterday and is still climbing today. PTN. Little PTN news here. Price target. That doesn't help anybody. Exotic. I don't know exotic, but I hope the answer is family friendly. Vince, good morning. Will Matthew, my long positions climbed after that economic news. Yeah, it looks like the big boys are going to move today. That should be relatively exciting for most of you. I know you all have some very long holds that you've had for quite a long time, and you're hoping for those to go up. And today may be the day we see a nice pop on those. Still waiting on news, don't have anything yet. Wolf is running. WULF. Wolf is pushing up a little bit here. We've gone up from 359 to 376. Not a bad little push. It's back down to 373. It's right at the ask price. We have got a great community of people. I got to tell you, it's been an amazing ride so far. We have found some amazing, amazing runners as a community. And hopefully that's going to continue for a very long time. And if you'd like to join us, let's take a look at AGBA again. AGBA. I like saying that, AGBA. AGBA is still holding above that 360. Let's hope it stays above 360. Really would like to see that pop up to $4. And I think it's got the ability to do that. Let's hope it does. AGBA back to 365. Crypto bounced up a bit after that news. Yeah, I don't think that it's a nice sentiment for him to say that, but I don't think he realizes that he can't control Bitcoin mining. I don't know if he knows something I don't, but I don't think he can control Bitcoin mining. I know it's a nice sentiment, it's a nice political comment during election time to fire people up, but I don't think he realizes I don't think he realizes he can't control that. Maybe he thinks he can. I don't know. Well, we're still waiting on news. We've had 95 press releases this morning, which is not terrible. It's not great. We're usually up in the 120 range, 130 range this time of morning, but it's been slow. It's been slow. SPY still chugging along. Mark is all out of DSY from $3 to $3.33. Oh gosh, let's see what is still running. RNA stopped. CYN pushed back up again. Looks like we're going to make some new pre-market highs here on CYN if this continues. AGBA back to 362. It likes that 360 area, boy. I'll tell you. That's good. Coda, nothing. Really, nothing that's had news on it this morning is really doing anything. Nothing. RNA pushed up pretty nice. I'm just not seeing a whole lot of anything that's really running. CYN, we had a pre-market high here of 13.4. Let's see if it can hit 13.4 again at least. Billy got DSY from 340 to 4. Nice. Now we're looking at 420. DSY. Could this be the runner? Could this be a good one here? Let's. All right, let me do something here real quick. For those of you on the website, you're going to see some pretty mountains here for a minute. I'm going to refresh my trading platform. Refresh my trading platform real quick. EXAI class action lawsuit. DSY coming down. We managed to hit 434. Yes, have fun. There's going to be some nice runners today. NVIDIA now popping and running nice on that economic news. Visa announces a new appointment of new director. No, I refreshed because for some reason it was eating up a lot of CPU and it was starting to max out. So I sign off and click back on it again and it takes care of it. There we go. Got the clock back. So it looks like NVIDIA is doing fairly decent. We're up about $3 a share on that, so can't complain about that. How many of you are in NVIDIA, either pre-split or post-split, and at what price? Did everybody grab a little bit of that after the split? And I seen it drop the morning of the split. It dropped down to what, like 118? But it happened too early in the morning and I wasn't up yet. So $119. Nice. You guys got some good entries on that. Ranger John, post split. 120. Bobby, I'm with you on that one at 120. BMR. Popping. BMR popping up a little bit. We're up 33%. We're up 590 now. We just hit 591. Banked on it pre-split and then got back in post-split. Nice. Locked in that profit. Been in it for a couple of years. Nice. 120 pre-split, Mike. I've trimmed since it hit 12. BMR now at 595, 599, 601. 30 shares back then, 300 now. Nice, Lanny. Very nice. $607 on BMR. Just hit 609. Nice, Mike. I know you got a nice position there on that one. Wow. Well, it is 8:51. We've only got about a half an hour left here. All right. Well, YouTube, it is time for me to go. So we're going to say our goodbyes right now. I'll be back on again tomorrow morning. You're welcome to join us. Same bat time, same bat location, as they used to say. But enjoyed having you with you. Thank you very much for hitting the subscribe button on YouTube. Always appreciated. And good luck in your trading today. Should be a relatively green day in the market today. We're going to hope, but I think it's going to be a green day. So good luck on your positions. Good luck